Hi everyone, in this video we'll have a look at another insecure vulnerable application, that is Insecure Bank. So this application is also another vulnerable application of Android which we can use in order to test various vulnerabilities. So Insecure Bank is actually a vulnerable application and it actually works on a client server architecture, which means our client, that is this application, we will install in the Android, whereas we also have to set up our server in the CentOS operating system, because by using that server this application actually makes a contact with our CentOS operating system. So this application Insecure Bank contains lots of vulnerabilities, and this application is actually created by Android security researcher Dinesh Shetty, and you can download this application from its GitHub repository, that is github.com Dinesh Shetty Android Insecure Bank v2. So you can see here that this is how this application looks like. Now let's install this application in our system. Now let's see how we can set up Insecure Bank in our system. So you can see here that our CentOS VM operating system is up and running. So you can download Insecure Bank from here, from its official repository, that is github.com/Dinesh Shetty/Android Insecure Bank v2. So you can just click over here and you can just download this zip file, and you can then unzip the content. So you can see here that on my desktop there is one directory called as bank. So I have already unzipped the files from that zip file. So if I open it up, you can see one APK file called as insecurebankv2.apk. So we will install this APK file inside our Genymotion. Then we will set up our server by going here inside this directory, that is Android Lab server. So let me open my terminal and let's go inside that directory. So you can see here one APK file. So now let's install this APK file by using adb install, and meanwhile you can see here that our Genymotion is also up and running. So let me just write here adb install insecurebank.apk. So you can see here that our Insecure Bank application is successfully installed and it's present over here. So let me open it up. So this is how this application looks like. Now the next step we have to do is we actually have to set up our server which will run on a CentOS VM operating system. So our application will actually communicate with that server, or our application will communicate with Android CentOS operating system. Now what we have to do is, let's go back. So once you download this repository, there is one directory called as Android Lab server. So we have to go there, and there is one file called as app.py file which we have to run in order to set up our server. But before we run this file, we have to install some dependencies, or we have to install some additional packages. So let me go here, Android Lab server, and if I scroll down, you can see that we actually want these packages in order to run that file. So you can install all these packages by using pip. All you have to do is you have to open your terminal. So you just have to write down pip install followed by the package name. So the first package name is Flask, and you can see here that it's saying requirement already satisfied, which means I already have installed all these dependencies. So by using pip, if somehow you got an error, then you can download pip by just using apt get install python pip. So this is how you can install the pip, and once you install the pip, you can actually install all these packages. Now let me go back. So now let's run this file app.py. So let me just write here python app.py, and you can see here that our server is started on port 8888. Now let's also do one thing. Let's find out the IP address of CentOS VM operating system, because we need the IP address. So our IP address is 192.168.0.148. Now let's go back to our Genymotion, and in order to configure our Genymotion, or in order to configure our Insecure Bank to communicate with our server, so we have to open the application. So you can see here our Insecure Bank v2 application is up and running. So let me click over here, and let me click over here on preferences, and here in the server IP we actually have to add our CentOS operating system IP, that is 192.168.0.148, and the port is 8888. So let me click on submit, and you will see that the server configured successfully. We got this message. Now let me go back. Okay, So by default, the username of this application is Dinesh and the password is capital DINESH 123. Actually, I forgot what is that. So let's open that repository again. That is github.com Dinesh Shetty Insecure Bank. And if I scroll down, you will see that its credential is Dinesh at the rate $123. So let me enter those credentials. At the rate 123, then we have to add a dollar sign, and let's open our terminal where our server is actually running. So you can see here that if I click on sign in, we will see some logs over here. So if I click on sign in, you can see that we got the same message as a correct credentials on our server. So anything which we will do in this application, we can monitor that application at this server. So if I click on transfer, you can see if you actually want to view the statement, you can view the statement. So let me go here and let me click on get account. So you will see the same message, correct credentials. So get all accounts will continue. So this is how we can set up our insecure bank, and we can make insecure bank to communicate with our server which actually runs inside our CentOS VM operating system. So that's all for this video. In the next video we will see that how we can hook into particular API by using this CentOS VM operating system as well as by using this application, that is Insecure Bank. So in this video we talked about that what is Insecure Bank vulnerable application and how we can set up this application in our system. So thanks for watching this video.